When we are on our way to succeed, we don't only need expertise, we also need inspiration and motivation. Now we will not just know more about practical insights and best practices, but we will also get to know a real-world example, shedding the light on how AI-driven software can revolutionize industries and elevate user experiences. Prepare to be inspired as we unravel the mysteries of AI integration and unleash its powers within your software arsenal with Mr. Hany Saad Gheit, a technology solution professional at ITWorx.
Hello. I am Hany Saad, DSP at ITWorx. In this session, we will talk about Microsoft Azure platform and, in a more specific, OpenAI services that offered in the Microsoft Cloud platform and AI services offered in the Microsoft Azure. As we know, and previous sessions, we see our colleagues talked about cloud computing in general and web cloud and another cloud products. I think, as you know, Microsoft offers their cloud services through the Microsoft Azure platform. In the Azure platform, we can find many AI services. One of the distinguished services is OpenAI Service, which comes in partnership between Microsoft and OpenAI to avail almost all of OpenAI models on the cloud platform of the Microsoft. Also, Azure AI Services includes many other services like Azure AI Search, Azure AI Vision, and many other services. In this service, we will talk about Azure OpenAI Service in details. Azure OpenAI Service, as we said, provide almost all of OpenAI models as APIs in the Azure platform, where developer can use these APIs and integrate them in their software to build AI-based software. On Azure platform, we can find many AI models like GPT-4, including GPT-4 base turbo model and GPT-4 with vision model. Also, we can find all the models, all the elder models like GPT 3.5. There are some other models for embeddings, and also we have DALL-E for generating images. We have also Whisper. Whisper, we can consider it a speech-to-text API, can identify audio and convert it into text in many languages. And also we have another model for text-to-speech that can transfer or transform text into audio, also in many available languages. Okay. Also, we can find specific models that allow fine-tuning. As we may heard in previous session, fine-tuning means that we take a pre-trained model and add smaller data set or train it in a smaller or more specific data set or train it on our data or more specific data. So we can find that GPT 3.5 models allow fine-tuning, and recently they will, or in the near future, they announced that they will support fine-tuning for GPT-4 models also. Okay. The questions that we need to ask when we talk about this: what is the difference between OpenAI APIs from OpenAI and from Microsoft Azure platform. Almost we will find the same models here, and almost with the same price. What is the difference here? As we can see from the comparison here, on Azure, we will find extra services related to data residency, related to virtual networking, and Azure platform services and virtual machines and the control access and security and so on. So the models themselves are the same. GPT-4 on Microsoft Azure is the same as GPT-4 on OpenAI, but from Azure platform, we can find more infrastructure or more cloud infrastructure services. Even if a company already has a subscription on Azure, so they has all their own services in one place, one billing, one subscription, and so they can manage the services in one place. Okay, use cases for using Azure OpenAI Service. As we said, it is offered as APIs. We can use these APIs into any application. For example, for content creation, for summarization, for code generation, or for semantic search, and many other. If we include the DALI model, we can include generation, image generation, text to speech, and speech to text. So we have many use cases that we can build using these APIs. Okay. Some main concepts we need to be aware about before talking about APIs or using OpenAI APIs. First term is prompt. When we work with AI model, or for example ChatGPT, or when using API, it is the same. Prompt is the text we are sending to the model, or the query we are sending to the model to ask about something. The response of the model is compilation. So we are sending a prompt. Our question is a prompt, and the response of the AI model or the API is called compilation. Okay. Another important term is token. And this is important for the pricing of this service. APIs are either OpenAI APIs or OpenAI APIs from Azure platform. They are paid service, and the payment are based on the tokens used. It is pay as you go service and based on the token used. So what are the tokens? The tokens is a way to break words and sentences to blocks and calculate tokens. It has some algorithm that in very simple way we can say alpha words equal almost about 750 tokens. Okay, so when we using these APIs, the cost is calculated according to the tokens used, tokens of the prompt we are sent, and the tokens of the response we get from the AI. And so we will see in the next slides, we can control number of tokens returned from the AI model to control the cost. So as the price is calculated for both prompt and compilation tokens. Some other terms related to Azure platform, and specifically resource. To use any service from Microsoft Azure, we need to create a resource. A resource is a container for the service. After creating the resource, and we need to use a specific model, for example, GPT-4, we need to create something we called deployment. So we have deployment of a model, so we can use it. After creating the deployment, how to access this API, or how to access a specific deployment through endpoint. Endpoint is a URL, unique URL for each model we created deployment for it. Another term is RAG. We may hear about it recently a lot. RAG is retrieval augmented generation. It is about when using LLM model to retrieve data from our own documents or from our own data. I will not I will not go deep in the steps, but in simple way, we have to use these APIs. We need to have a subscription on Azure. Subscription on Azure is offered for free for email for university emails. If you are a student in a university, you can use your university email to get free subscription. For business or for individuals, most services on Azure is pay as you go. So what you need is to create a service and add your payment method, and the cost will be calculated according to the actual use of the services you consume. So we need to have Azure subscription, then to create a resource, then to create a deployment, then we can use the API. The API, there are many different ways to use APIs. You will find resources for each in the presentation. But the easiest way and the most direct way to use the APIs is using REST API URL. As you can see, the URL above, this is a REST API that you can use. First part is the resource name we talked about, and then in the last part we will find the deployment ID we mentioned that we need to create deployment for the model. Quick notes on some parameters we need to be aware about to use these APIs. First parameter is the prompt. Prompt simply is the prompt we send, or the question or the query we send to the API and waiting for the AI response. Max tokens, as we said, we can control max tokens returned from the AI model. I need to control the cost, and I know that I am asking for simple questions, so I can limit the response of the AI, for example, for 1,000 tokens, for example, or 5,000, or as we need. Another important optional parameter is temperature. If you used Copilot from Microsoft before, or previously was known as Bing Chat, we will find conversation mode. Conversation mode, we can select creative or precise or balanced. Okay, what does that mean? Creative will increase the creativity of the model. If we asking the model to for a story or poem, we need the creativity of we need the model to be creative to generate a good story. Okay. If we are asking for basic information, for example, how many basic information explain, for example, something, explain what is C#, any question that it has only one answer. So we don't need the model to be creative. We need it to be precise. For most common prompts, balanced is very good. How to control this is temperature. Temperature is a number from 0 to 1. 1 means highest creativity. sorry, it is 0 to 1 in OpenAI. In Azure, it is from 0 to 2. 2, highest creativity, 0, lowest creativity or precise. Default value almost from 0.07 to 1, and it is almost balanced value we can use. Last parameter is role. If we will take example for ChatGPT, I can ask ChatGPT explain what is molecule, for example, or anything. After replying, I can ask it give more examples. Okay, how it can maintain the context of the chat. When I ask him, please mention more examples. More examples for what? The session, he keeps tracking for the context and all messages in the session. So when we asking a related question, he can reply and know the context of the chat. So role will help us in many aspects. For example, if we are creating a chat application like ChatGPT, when sending a prompt, we have 3 types of roles. We have assistant role, which is the model itself. System role, we use it for sending instruction to the model. User role, it is the prompt of the user. So if we're creating chat application, and for example, user asked a question and the model replied, and user asked another question. So we need to send 3 prompts to the model. First, or at least 2 prompts. First prompt is user prompt, first user prompt, and then assistant role to tell the model that you replied to the user with this compilation, and then send another prompt for the user prompt. Okay. Most of us heard about prompt engineering, how to do prompt engineering in coding using APIs. For prompt engineering, we are using a system role to send any instruction to the model. Reply in friendly tone, reply with examples, reply in detailed way. This is a quick overview how to use OpenAI APIs from the Azure platform. I'm sorry, the session